All right. Honestly, this is just the greatest lunch of all time. Today, we're gonna make one of my favorite things for lunch, clay pot rice chicken. The only problem is we're not in Guangdong or Hong Kong, where I think it's very popular. We are in the studio in the Dungo, which means there are no clay pots. We're gonna make it in the rice cooker. Also, we're not making it with chicken today. We're making it with pork belly. This pork belly I have poached, boiled in like an aromatic broth, soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, star anise, and a load of stuff. And so then that cools, chop it up real small, stick it in a nice little portion like this. And what I usually do is chuck in some frozen peas in the morning and bring that with me to the studio. Okay, so pork and peas. Some spring onion for later on in the thing. Today, we're also gonna put an egg on top. This is actually an Irish mountain egg. What else do we have? This. Look at that, I don't know if you can see the color on that. That is ginger scallion oil. It's very delicious. The thing about clay pot rice chicken, rice cooker, rice pork, is that you want to try and get a little crispy bottom. So you'd put in a little oil. The other oil is this delicious red Sichuan chili oil. It is very delicious. Also, a little of this soybean sauce I use. Spice bag mix. Now, I sprinkle a little of that into the water. This is seasoned soy sauce. So it's a mix of dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, loads of sugar, like rock sugar, and then aromatic-y things like star anise, cardamom. I can't remember what else I put in that. And I chuck a little mirin in there as well, because why not? In here, 75 grams of sushi rice. I mean, I think some people say long grain, some people say short grain. I have sushi rice, so that's just what I use. Basically, you're gonna put some marinade and oil on the ingredients when you chuck them in, so you can actually have a little bit less water than you would normally use, because there's gonna be moisture coming out of peas, the pork. Tip the pork into there. Then, a little scallion oil. Some of that. Okay, a little bit of the soybean. See in there? This is a nice old soybean. Like not even a full teaspoon. Some of the mirin. And then some of the soy. Then I give that good little mix. This. Okay, that's on. It's on. That is gonna cook about 50%. So basically, you're not gonna see a huge amount of liquid in there, hopefully, when we take that off. Then, we're gonna chuck in the delicious mix, our ingredients. Then, we're gonna let that finish, then we're gonna chuck in scallions, crack the egg in, let that sit for another, like, I guess a few minutes, and then we're gonna have a look at it. Cool. See you back in a minute. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Right, that I reckon is about how much you want it done. That's gonna stay in there. Then we'll chuck in the eggs. Then we'll leave it, let it just cook the egg. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. The rice cooker is clicked, so the rice is done. So now what I'm gonna do is lift this off, just give it a little stir, chuck the egg in, and then okay, spring onions in. I'm gonna stir it in. I actually don't always have an egg in there. Now, okay, so we're gonna let that go another 3-4 minutes. So let the egg cook, everything get crispy on the bottom, hopefully, and then we'll come back and eat it. Okay, I reckon that is done. Been like 3-4 minutes. It's on the resting thing. Now we just got to get it in here. All right. Honestly, this is just the greatest lunch of all time. I mean, it's just great, you know? I think having a satisfying lunch is one of the most important ways to have a great life. A little bit of pork, a little crispy bits of rice. The light looks so good on this. Oh. The sun's come out. I mean, imagine, what more do you want from life than sitting in the sun, eating a delicious lunch? Now, a very classic recipe is with Chinese sausage and mushrooms. And I have some Chinese sausage. So next time we might do a Chinese sausage, little baby corn. That seems to be a fairly classic. I've never been to Hong Kong or Guangdong, so I've never had it in real life. But watched it on YouTube. Right, get to that tiny last bit. You just need to smash it with a spoon. I don't know where the spoon's gone. I'm just gonna shove it with my hand. Okay. Thank you. What a great lunch. I just think that is one of the greatest lunchtime dishes of all time. You could also have that for breakfast. You could have that for dinner. So long as you've got a rice cooker. I mean, if you've got a big rice cooker, you could chuck all sorts in there. But that's it. Thank you. It was a real pleasure to share my lunch with you. See you soon.